Welcome back to Soullnk Stories, where true power often hides in the most unexpected places, and where every story leaves you thinking twice about who you really are. Today we bring you an incredible tale that started with a simple question in a gym and ended with a life-changing moment no one saw coming. This is the story of a black belt who asked a black janitor to spar for fun, and what happened next left the entire gym speechless. It was an ordinary Thursday afternoon at Grindstone Academy, a gym tucked away in the outskirts of Dallas, Texas. The place smelled of sweat, determination, and rubber mats. Fighters moved in rhythm, punching bags echoed with force, and the sound of gloves hitting pads mixed with trainers shouting directions. Among the crowd was Jason Tyler, 24, a rising star in the local circuit. He held a second-degree black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and a reputation for being a bit of a show-off. Though talented, his cockiness rubbed many the wrong way. To him, every sparring match was a chance to show dominance, to entertain, not to learn. In the same gym, an older black janitor named Elijah quietly swept the floors. Gray in his beard and lines on his weathered face told stories of a life lived fully, but privately. He wore an old hoodie with faded gym pants and sturdy boots, more suited for hard labor than athletic movement. No one really knew much about him. He came in, did his work, nodded politely, and left without fuss. That day, Jason noticed Elijah watching a grappling session while mopping the edge of the mat. Feeling playful and a bit condescending, Jason chuckled and said loud enough for the others to hear, "Hey old man, you want to spar around for fun? Maybe you can teach me how to mop the mat properly." Laughter rippled through the gym. Some of the fighters chuckled uncomfortably, others watched to see what would happen. Elijah paused his mopping, looked up at Jason, and after a long moment gave a small smile. "Sure kid, why not?" Jason's grin widened. He tossed Elijah a pair of spare gloves, and the coach raised an eyebrow, but shrugged, figuring it would be harmless entertainment. No one expected what was about to unfold. As they squared off on the mat, Jason bounced lightly on his feet, hands up and brimming with youthful energy. Elijah stood calm, relaxed, almost lazy in posture, but his eyes were focused, deadly calm. Jason came in light at first, throwing a teasing jab. Elijah shifted gently, barely moving. The next moment, Jason threw a quick combination, trying to tag Elijah's shoulder. Suddenly, with the grace and precision of a master, Elijah stepped and caught Jason's arm, spun behind him, and performed a flawless sweep, sending the black belt crashing to the mat with a loud thud. The gym went silent. Jason rolled back up, more shocked than hurt. He chuckled nervously. Okay, you got lucky, old man." Round to they squared off again. This time, Jason was more cautious. He circled through fakes, tried a takedown. Elijah countered effortlessly, turning every move against him. Within moments, Jason found himself in a triangle choke so perfectly applied it felt like textbook BJJ. He tapped this time. The silence was followed by scattered whispers. "Who is this guy? Did you see that triangle?" Elijah stood, helped Jason up, and quietly said, "Never underestimate anyone, son. Especially not the janitor." As he left the mat, grabbing his mop again, the coach walked over, his face puzzled. "Hey Elijah, where did you learn that move?" Elijah looked at him and said quietly, "Used to fight a long time ago, before my knees gave out, underground tournaments. Mostly nothing official." Word spread fast. Within days, Elijah wasn't just the janitor anymore. He was a legend, the humble ghost who cleaned the mats and once ruled them. Younger fighters began seeking him out for tips, respectfully asking for advice. Slowly, Elijah began showing up, not just with a mop, but with quiet mentorship. He taught leverage, timing, breathing. He spoke of philosophy of fighting with the mind before the body. And Jason changed too. His arrogance melted, replaced by deep respect. He asked Elijah to train him, to show him how to truly understand the art. Their bond grew from awkward respect to friendship, then to something closer to a father-son relationship. Months later, the gym held an exhibition event to showcase its talent. Jason stepped into the ring not as a cocky brawler, but as a balanced fighter. When asked who his coach was, he pointed to Elijah, who stood in the back with arms crossed, a small proud smile on his face. In the final match of the evening, Jason dominated, not with power, but with precision. Every move echoed Elijah's teachings. After his win, he walked over to the mic and said, "This win isn't mine, it's his. That janitor taught me more about life and fighting than any black belt ever did." The crowd erupted into applause. Elijah tipped his head and left the building before the cheers even died down. Quietly, humbly. From that day on, Grindstone changed. Respect ran deeper. Humility was honored. And the janitor, the quiet man with worn boots and wise eyes, became the soul of the gym asterisk. But the story didn't end there. A week after the exhibition, a video of Elijah sparring with Jason went viral on social media. Thousands watched in awe as the older man dismantled the younger black belt with ease and elegance. The video sparked debates, forums flooded with speculation, and martial arts enthusiasts everywhere asked the same question: who is Elijah really? Mom magazines and YouTube channels began reaching out to Elijah wanting interviews and podcasts, but he declined them all. He told Jason's son, not all wisdom is meant to be paraded, sometimes it just needs to be passed down. Quietly, Elijah's influence spread beyond grindstone. Other gyms started teaching more than just technique. They began teaching patience, character, and inner peace, inspired by the story of a janitor who once swept mats and ended up sweeping hearts. Thank you for watching this story from Soullnk Stories, where real power often hides in plain sight. Remember, it's never about the belt, the title, or the noise. It's about the depth, the discipline, and the quiet strength that speaks only when necessary.